Alistair Robards asks, really interesting to hear about the warm-up and pacing. How do you choose which hill climb events to enter?
It's probably a fine art. I mean, to a certain extent you know what you're good at, you know what your strengths are, you know what your weaknesses are. I mean, if you train with a power meter, that's obvious to know because it gives you the absolute reading. Personally for me, as you're asking the question, this can be applied to, you know, any kind of race format. It doesn't have to be a hill climb, it can be a road race, it can be a criterium, it can be cyclocross, it can be absolutely anything. The way I look at it is, I look at my strengths and I say, well, I'm a light guy, I know I can go uphill relatively fast, especially on the shallower stuff, shall we say, and you know I kind of suffer when it goes really steep. I suffer both in my capabilities, because I know that I've never really been good at that kind of stuff, and I know that I've not got the equipment to compete with the guys who have. So the guys who do the hill climbs week in week out, they have like 5 kilo bikes, and you know mine's 7. The team edition Leggero is a 7 kilo bike, so you know we can't compete in that respect. So if I was to give you any advice as to if you're choosing a future event, look at your strengths, look at your weaknesses. Also look at what you have at your disposal, so what you've, you know, the equipment you've got and how that will affect you. Because if you do have an aerodynamic bike, for example, you're probably going to go better on a shallower climb that's obviously got a higher average speed, as opposed to, you know, going up a brick wall where you're only doing about 8 to 10 kilometers per hour. You know, you're not going to get any more aerodynamic benefit from having that aero frame. So that's the way I look at it, and it's a very simple way of looking at it.